play. You mentioned the 3 matches, by the way, in a row. That also goes for the win streak right now. FoCuS is on a 3 games in a row win streak against 1-0 at the moment. Shows you how strong FoCuS is at the moment, and also how successfully it is against Undead. Everyone except Happy. And chat is contesting me, by the way. Neo challenging me, saying, "What do you mean, Remo? Wyverns are so squishy they're called flying XP tomes." And you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Wyvern are squishy, not too hard to kill, but I tell you what, they also have big damage. Especially with Envenom Spears, especially with Hex, Chain Lightning, and so on. It is a very high DPS late game matchup if we get to Wyvern here.
Yeah. That person whose comment you just read, I got him blocked apparently, so I don't know what to give on that opinion. I think you're pretty much spot on. It's about critical mass, and FoCuS showed already earlier that he's more than capable of creating great situations for himself. Him and Soin, I guess, the best Wyvern players in the world. Lin rarely goes with them these days. Not really his style. Trying a lot with Headhunters, which FoCuS and Soin don't do that much, if at all. But yeah, 1-0. It's down to him to defend this. Just play like Happy is easy to say, hard to do. It's gonna be cool to see the differences between the 2 best Undead players in the world side by side.
Just play like Happy, LA Giggle. That is oftentimes the answer. We'll see if he can do it. We do know already that he's playing a different build than Happy. It's not the Ghoul opening, which Happy always goes for, but rather old school Ted Fiends, which on paper can be really good against Wyvern, because of course you're going to have Fiends, you're going to have Web, you're going to have a good answer to deal with them, but you have way less creeping at the start. DK gets 1 camp, but just getting a second will not be easy with a FoCuS here ready to harass right away.
Yeah, not sure if I like this, to be honest, by 1-0. He's obviously the biggest fan of Ted Fiends, as he plays it in Mirror as well, and experimenting against Human too. On Turtle Rock, aren't you losing so much momentum in the early game? Maybe just in general not a big fan of ghouls.
Yeah, interesting. I love, though, that there's these different styles, these different approaches and convictions between Happy and 1-0 in many different matchups. By the way, FoCuS made a quick adjustment. He decides not to go Wyvern here, having seen the build, doesn't want to run into the web, I suppose, and is going instead double Rax Headhunters, which I think can also be a very strong transition. You get the fast tech still, you get Headhunters out, and this is a big map with lots of creeps, where I'm sure we're going to see a triple hero in the end. For the
yeah, this is a Lin build, isn't it? Double Rex Headhunters, 1-0 finds it pretty much immediately. That should call for Dark Ranger as soon as possible. And then you got very good damage output with Coil, Fiends, Black Arrow. But so far, there's very little to do for 1-0. I wonder if you could also flirt with a Pit Lord later instead of a Dark Ranger second. But I guess that is rather lower level.
Look at the Wolf Controller, it was beautiful. Perfectly using them to put in max damage, resummoning exactly at the right time, limiting the experience on the DK very well. He gets still the turtle in the end, but that's not level 2 yet. And it's always very annoying for the Undead to be stuck on level 1 for a long time. FoCuS will have to back off now, though, and slowly start to heal. But look at that, tier 3 already started. Shadowhunter about to come out. Headhunters are here. And creeping can now also begin in earnest for the Orc.
Cool. Okay. So far, I would give this early game to FoCuS. Courtesy of the Ted Fiend build, of course. That's the nature of this build. You have a weak early game to then get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Basically, no power spikes in the first couple of minutes.
And FoCuS wants to stick around, stay aggressive. Very important last hit here. If the Wolf steals the last hit, that will be a disaster. FoCuS is here with the Shadowhunter soon to join. But he's not here yet. We have the Dark Ranger second. That you suggested. I also think that's absolutely the right choice. She's going to be the best weapon imaginable late game against the Berserkers. And FoCuS here perhaps ends up being a little too aggressive. Turns out that he couldn't achieve too much here.
FoCuS also in trouble. Wait, he's begging for a coil. What? No TP, just like that? Gets the Fiend, but that's denied by 1-0. We were asking what shape he is. This is looking phenomenal. FoCuS.
Wait. 2 Fiends, though? Both denied. That was really well done.
Okay.
But 2 Fiend kills is a big deal on against the Tet Fiend build.
That is, well, then a Tet build, I guess, when there's no Fiends. Skeletons will still make it so 1-0 can continue to creep, so he's not falling completely apart. And it was only a level 1 FoCuS, but Shadowhunter's also very hurt now. And for him, creeping without wolves ain't that easy, as you don't have a tank.
FoCuS's resources, though, still looking pretty good. I hope he's going to be able to afford the TC before too long. Only now, right? Only at 6 minutes did he buy the first few items with heal salves, which of course he needs. So lots of gold was saved. I like this build a lot by FoCuS. Losing the FoCuS, first it looked really bad, but only level 1 hero. He was back quickly. But the one thing for FoCuS certainly is experience is not looking too grand for him.
Yeah, the 2 Fiends got denied, of course, and the FoCuS was not. So that's a little bit of a jump towards level 3 for the DK. But yeah, Creepcraft it is. Just a small little camps here. Wolves can tank now. Items gathering up. Do we play with the TC this time in the first series of the day? FoCuS was playing only FoCuS Shadowhunter. If he decided to go for a FoCuS. There's lots to creep though. I'm not sure. Yeah, TC confirmed. Okay.
Yeah, it has to be, I think. And I like it. It's an early timing for the TC. Way sooner than the Lich, as we can see from the overlay. And Berserker now ready. We got the Berserk ability. Creeping now is really quick with still lots and lots of camps on the map. I think FoCuS has a bit of a lead here in this position.
Oh, look at these items, dude. Ring of Protection +4, Ring of Superiority,
Sick.
and the Rune Bracers. Sweet.
Yeah. Ring of Protection and Rune Bracers are absolutely perfect for the TC. He is going to be made for the front line. Does still need levels though, that is certain. But yeah, with Turtle Rock offering so many camps, that should be certainly doable.
Okay, both calm and collected, no poking, rather building up. And these headhunters will be incredibly fast. We get a little bit of diversity into that orc army now with the Beastery, Kodos, and maybe a token wyvern if he so desires, as there is no weapon, as he said. TC with Aura first, but arrives just in time for the big turtle, big consumable. Both with pretty much the similar approach, right? First, the permanent items to boost up the heroes, now consumable to help in the fights. Kind of mana stealing, I like that.
And in triple hero versus triple hero, tier 3 versus tier 3, very often it comes down to hero levels. So that's why kills are so important, creeping is so important, and right now 1-0 is favored in the levels, but there might be one hero trailing behind, that is the Lich. Feels so much later in comparison. TC out already. TC is gonna get level 2 here, I believe, already. Oh no, not yet.
Whee! Coil for nothing. Heal wave saves him. FoCuS has a speed scroll, can disengage. That is one coil stolen with the Wand of Mana stealing as well. This is very unfortunate for FoCuS. He's so close to level 3 SH. He's so close to level 2 TC. If he gets Heal Wave 2 and Stomp at this point of the game, he can smash this fight with a Lich who didn't even arrive at the main army.
I think 1-0 knows it. He's got a level lead right now. He's trying to capitalize on it. Trying to get that kill with the Hex. That would be the level up. FoCuS! There we go. Now he's got the Stomp.
No level 2 heal wave yet. TC also a bit hurt. Okay, that's level 2 heal wave. Headhunters are falling in seconds though, thanks to that grand FoCuS fire, even pulling the ghouls for a little bit of front line. And I feel like 1-0 knows exactly what to do, but is that enough with a no mana DK?
That's the big benefit, by the way, of this build late game. If you lose Berserkers, you can remake them very fast with the double barracks. But still, they can die quickly. The level 3 Dark Ranger with the black minions, really strong here against specifically Berserkers. But there's still room to grow. Plenty of room to grow for FoCuS with more levels and also now a Kodo and more upgrades. And oh, surprise, surprise, an expansion in the south.
Wee, that's something you don't necessarily think about in this matchup when it's no Wyvern. Yo, if this works, I don't really see 1-0 breaking this. But of course, the big front line. How do you deal with that? Needs Chain Lock 2. But level 4 is not on the horizon just yet.
First Stomp was rather weak. Now all the Berserkers lined up for the Nova. Where's the target fire? FoCuS has to shift-click between the different units and use the TC to get the perfect Stomp off. So far, the late-game control here for FoCuS has been a little bit off, but he still has a decent army to fight with.
Big turtle. Big XP. Big item. 1-0, struggling a little bit. Nova hits hard, but so is the Stomp. TC in position to block against the retreat. There is the heal potion, there is a TP, so focusing that DK, maybe not the right thing to do. Destroyer up in the air, Kodo comes in, can't really snack anything at the moment. Destroyer under fire, absolutely needs it. Oh, Stomp gets the kill, I believe. Item, didn't see it.
Goes to the DK, it was the one of Mana Steel, I think. The Ghoul's finding more and more kills. FoCuS kind of bodging this fight, to be honest. The Stomps didn't land a single good one. It was also attacking the DK for way too long. Target fire here and priority by FoCuS really off. Kind of giving away a great early and mid game. Now 1-0 seems to be taking the lead this fight. TP out, trying to save the Kodo. Is that gonna succeed? Not really.
1-0, pretty much smashing this fight. 3-3-2 heroes now with Dark Ritual unlocked. Destroyer did not fall, got a lot of Devourers off. Wasn't even too many consumables used on 1-0's side. And FoCuS needs XP, but he can rely on this Expo. It's up, and 1-0 is on the opposite side of the map. Can't strike immediately. Mana is also rather low. Helm of Valor for the DR. But yeah, the longer the game goes, the better for FoCuS from here on out.
Level 4 DK, that's a good level up there. The Lich still fairly far away from 3. Also, no items on this Lich, so this Lich not looking too impressive at all. Just yet. TC level 3 would be a big level up. Clarity on him, finally running. Feeling a bit worried for FoCuS. I hope he's going to take this next fight better, because there were a bunch of micro mistakes in that previous engagement, to be honest. But he's going to have another chance now in the main base.
One of the two rats will be falling, but another spawn of headhunters is here. Instant reinforcements. 2 burrows to maybe help in the fight. Shop access denied for now. Huge moment for FoCuS in this game.
TC waiting for his opportunity. Ghoul's flanking around from the other side again. The TC not perfectly protecting, but Heal's wave is here, protecting the Berserkers for now. One attack upgrade, and of course the Kodos here, adding in a good amount of damage. TC trying to get the connection. Perfect Stomp. Does he have it? Level 3. He's holding on to it patiently. Now maybe this would be the perfect opportunity. There we go. First good Stomp of the game for FoCuS. How much can he get with it? Chain Lightning rattling through as well. Farseer got the level 4. Ghouls quickly dying. Berserkers also, but they're also being remade, of course.
Destroyer's out of position, 1 down, second one catches the coil to be healthy, but the second one falls. FoCuS with a good engagement here now. Ghouls more or less out of the fight, but so is the TC as he has no mana anymore. Still providing aura, of course, big right clicks, but 1-0 has to leave the fight with his tail tucked between the legs, and FoCuS's expansion is running.
Yeah, this could be the late game win for him. 1-0. He had a glimmer of hope with that good fight before, but now FoCuS is barreling on forward. He's got great damage with the Berserkers and now also very good heroes. TC still so hard to bring down thanks to the items he found. The perfect items, pretty much, for the third hero. And now FoCuS has a huge lead. The expansion running and running. And I'm still not sure if 1-0 knows about it.
Not really, eh? Didn't scout anything. Gotta say, great mana management by FoCuS in this fight now. Retreated immediately when there was no Hex Heal Wave Stomp anymore. Now Clarity is running. Also big help to hold on to that second barracks to constantly get double headhunters back into the fight as they are rather squishy. 1-0. You need to approach this 5 o'clock position.
He's about to see it with his Skelly. He's scouting around. Lich has tons of mana. For DK and Dark Ranger, though, it's a bit of a different story. Looking for more creep camps, looking for more levels, and also more skeletons would help. But FoCuS now has a good supply lead. Mana on him is looking alright, although healing on the Shadow is low.
True, no mana potion either. Statues are, of course, working overtime. 2 destroyers up in the air, no mana though. Burrow isn't up, so the peons can't be protected, and every peon is obviously a new skeleton.
1-0 is getting trapped here in the back, though. This is the perfect position for the TC to land. Money stomps. TC needs to go into the front line. FoCuS's TC movement has been lacking something this series, but now he's getting a stomp off, and there's tons of damage raining in. He'll scroll against it. The statue is gone, though. No statues on the ground anymore. No healing. Not much sustain in this undead army.
Oh, there is one coming from the right-hand side now, but almost empty. Ghouls are falling quickly, but so are headhunters. 5 supply lead constantly for FoCuS. Needs to keep the production up and connect with that army. Another headhunter saved, or not finished rather. But this raider, there's a lot of supply about to fall for FoCuS with ghouls still on the ground.
Ghouls have to be pulled back. 1-1 upgrades on them. Berserkers on 1-0. The undead heroes have a chance to take over right now. We have so many skellies on the ground. 1-0 also needs to group them. Oh, FoCuS. Has he given this game away, perhaps? Shadow Hunter in serious trouble, trying to get him out of there, but the Shadow goes down! Coil Nova finds him. Oh, FoCuS. This might be where everything turns around.
Right on. FoCuS very, very hit or miss this game. First fight a little sloppy. Second fight really good. But then the third time wasn't the charm. And that TC block by Raiders and Headhunters at the beginning of the fight, 1-0, was in that little pocket, as you correctly mentioned, was the perfect opportunity for the hugest storms. He could have gotten the entire army, but didn't. He was blocked, held back by his friends. And then 1-0 made it really, really hard.
Yeah, that's a shame for FoCuS. Like, he played so well early game, mid game. He got so far ahead, great position, but this was really bad TC micro, to be honest. I'm willing to forgive the Headhunter focus fire. That wasn't perfect either. Ideally, you want to shift-click one ghoul by one and then use the spells to help the rest of the fight. He was mostly on A-click, so lots of damage was ending on the DK, was ending up on Destroyers and Skellies. You want to take out the ghouls first. That wasn't perfect, but yeah, especially the TC. It took him like 5 stomps until he got one good one. That's not good enough. That is not good enough at all. And then he kept doing it again, TC in the wrong spot, getting blocked by his own units. That was fairly sloppy by FoCuS. Maybe here a lack of practice is becoming visible. FoCuS is playing mostly Wyvern nowadays, which play very different. Completely different from the Headhunters, of course. Maybe he's lacking some Headhunter practice because, yeah, that was fairly bad in the late game, to be honest.
Wow, Remo extremely harsh. But yeah, maybe that's also the reason why we haven't seen the TC in the early games. The control wasn't the craziest, but that leaves a lot of room for improvement. Match points 1-0 here right away, but the next map is going to be Echo Isles. Haven't seen too many matches on this map as it's mostly rotated out, but in this it's called traditional map pool that this tournament provides. There's still room for it, but how do you play as undead on Echo Isles?
Very interesting. The orc pick Echo Isles. This used to be considered a bad orc map, but that was way before the days of Farseer Headhunters. I mean, Farseer Wyvern, rather. Is Farseer Wyvern the plan here? This can be a difficult map for undead creeping, whether it is with ghouls or just with Ted Fiends. I'm interested to see what FoCuS has planned here. This is just a map in general we see very rarely this matchup.
So, and with that result, Lawlight is probably not going to be happy about the outcome. Needs some losses. Oh, we have a drop of an observer in Flow TV. It's not good. Not good.
And there's no real way to fix that, right? To find a workaround. Damn. Flow TV is a blessing that normally always works, but sometimes there is a desync problem, which means that for map 2 we will unfortunately have to do a restream, guys. That is...
Wait, okay, no, sorry. Yeah, I think there is one of the observer slots is basically the Flow TV streamer, and you can be unlucky that the observer who drops is the one streamer, and that in this case was Lynn. So Lynn ruined this for all of us.
Yeah.
Blame Lynn.
Yeah, I've been annoyed about this as well. If you join the game, stay in the frickin' game. But
well, you can't do much against the desync.
Then don't join the game. God damn it.
What? What's the desync? What can you do against it?
No, just don't join the game. Use Flow TV. Easy peasy.
Ah, that's what you mean. Yeah, I mean, it could happen to any observer, I guess.
Okay.
So, Infi stream, fly stream. What are you feeling?
Infi stream. We are going. Oops. There we go. Yeah, guys. Unfortunately, Flow TV bugged, so we're going to have to go with Infi's stream here for map number 2. 120 has the 1-0 lead. Playing the DK Ghoul opening this time, so not going for his special Tet Fiend build, which is kind of one of his new favorites. And we're arriving on tier 2. There's a Shadow Hunter coming out. So it seems like a pretty normal early game so far. We missed a little bit here at the start, but the DK didn't get 3. Not much died. We're going Wyvern. This is pretty much the norm these days.
I can't find the way to make this full screen. But we have the Chinese Observer overlay back. Is it already saying who's going to win?
That is coming next patch, I believe.
Okay, cool.
Oh, but the DK did get level 3. Okay, this is the first little lead, I would say, going to 120. Did manage to get the level up in the end, despite being under lots of pressure. While FoCuS here is trying to take out some ghouls with one hex after the next. DK, of course, with a hand cannon coil now is a threat. But FoCuS doing a good job draining lots of mana out of the Death Knight, at the very least. While we're waiting for the Lich. Wait, where is the Lich?
Not coming, eh? Trying to go for a Dark Ranger, maybe? But no, it's Wyvern, so no Dark Ranger. Yeah, that's odd.
Very late on the Lich. That's pretty weird indeed. Good saves on the ghouls. 1-0 indeed keeps them all alive, but it cost him all his mana. And a cancel on the Slaughterhouse would be really big, but I don't think there's enough damage for this. Wait, with Wyvern? Maybe there is, though?
Are they coming? Oh, they're arriving.
Oh.
No anti-air, of course.
Oh my god, that's huge. He's gonna get it. Oh my god, the statues and destroyers are gonna be insanely late.
So you're telling me the Lich is late and the statues and the destroyers are late?
This normally never happens. Never happens. Slaughterhouse always comes up. And now he got a ghoul as well. Great start. Insane start for FoCuS here. And the Wyvern's just sticking around. He can't deal with him. There's a gargoyle. Okay. But there's also Hex.
It's a get slaughtered house.
Got him.
Jesus Christ. Parallel GG, thank you for the sub. 57-month closing in on the 5 years. Love, 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 love.
Yeah, this is a sick opening for FoCuS. It's not exactly the early game still. I guess we're more in the mid game, but this is still great. Gargoyle gonna go down. Ooh, sick deny. Damn, 1-0's had some clutch denies today. Yeah, but it's a 1-for-1. And the bat is cheaper than the Garg if you want to be frugal. Big item also goes to FoCuS. It's a big mana potion. He got a mantle before. That's also good. And look at 1-0's items. He ain't got much.
Dude, you're so far ahead of me. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, they are contesting now. Keeping the orc units away from level 3 is a nice play. Also courtesy of that Nova. But at some points, you just got to retreat. 1-0 is buying a little bit of time to finally get that slaughterhouse up, but FoCuS is getting that critical mass, and the entire time you're missing healing and mana regen.
Yeah, absolutely. First statue only begins production now. 8 minutes in, dude. This is ridiculous and unheard of. FoCuS is just gonna go for a tiny? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I love this play. FoCuS correctly reads. This has been a sick start for him. 46 supply. Pretty greedy. Normally, you don't just gonna go for a straight up tiny because you can get punished. But when you're so far ahead, this is one of the big late game orc advantages this matchup. If you happen to be far ahead, there's a tiny Great Hall that can be your straight up win condition.
One of the greater RTS casters in history always says, when you're ahead, get further ahead. And even though he's beefing with Grubby a little bit, he said some true things in the past. And FoCuS is exactly following in the footsteps. We got peons ready, 2 base income, and getting level 3 here shouldn't be too difficult either.
Wait. You can't just bring that up and then drop it right away. Artosis is beefing with Grubby?
A little bit. We covered that on stream last week. They, not the bestest of friends. Grubby calls him like a raging dad. Artosis is not really insulting, but looking down on Warcraft 3 players a little bit.
Okay. He is a rager on stream.
Drama, baby.
That is true. But I mean, you know, that is
true.
That is part of the fun. All right. Well, okay. Thank you for informing me. I was not aware.
Yeah.
We are...
You can basically say they hate each other. They absolutely hate each other.
Let's do a reaction video.
Yeah, I kind of did, actually.
Gotta get that YouTube algorithm in.
Yep. No, but it's all cool. It's like I'm not sure. Probably are not the best friends though.
All right, FoCuS here, looking for the next engagement. He's got some bats, but of course Coil Nova is ready. Should be ready. Oh, the Hex! Nice. Hex prevented the Coil to get that nuke kill. Farseer now level 3, but all the Wyvern are hurt. Heal Scroll has to be used. He's got 2 of them, but 1 Wyvern should be going down. Unless there's a heat wave. Oh, 6 saves so far by FoCuS, but some losses still will occur. Going now next for the Alchemist. Almost going down. He does fall. Beautiful targeting here by FoCuS. But now everything for him is indeed very hurt. Heal Scroll comes in again at a nice timing. Some Wyverns still falling. But FoCuS has so much gold to reproduce. Gets the next Destroyer. That's level 3 for the Shadow Hunter. That was a beautiful sequence. Yeah, I think you can really tell what FoCuS has been practicing lately. This was beautiful micro. Unlike map 1, where I'm sorry if I was a little bit mean to him, but yeah, this is looking way, way, way better.
FoCuS is between heaven and hell today with his performances. Like, it's not only coming down to if he plays Wyvern or not. It was the case against Lorelei. It was also a bit of the case against Happy. And now against 1-2-0, the same thing. Like, one map is so beautifully played, and then he makes grave mistakes before. It's odd, but yeah, he's clearly in the lead now with almost 20 food ahead and just in full control.
Yeah, he's got like almost nothing. FoCuS has the expansion. I think the only reason why 1-0 isn't tapped out yet is because he doesn't know that there's an expansion. But this would kind of be the proper time to say sayonara. Down to 29 supply only against an expansion, with FoCuS just hammering out units and upgrades one by one. Beautiful game. That was just really well done by FoCuS, doing everything in his power, making use of every opportunity he was given, every small mistake that 1-0 made.
Yeah, sick focus fire on gargoyles, easy pickups on the ghouls, good levels. Even the heal scroll timings were extraordinary, right around the cooldown. And if Remo Demo has nothing to complain about, man, that was some impressive play, doubled down by Don Dolara, who's one of the biggest backseaters we got. If now Toxie says that this was really good, this is probably a perfect game.
I haven't seen Toxie today or yesterday. I hope he's not
Oh,
dead.
he was here earlier.
Normally he's
No, he was here earlier. He was here earlier.
Okay, good. FoCuS with the next base attack. Here come the double bats. Kabloom! FoCuS just making use of every opportunity. Love what he's doing. Hex, FoCuS fire. DK is... Oh, almost dead. I think he misclicked on the Hex there a little bit. Very hard to hit that little crab. Small hitbox. But also got a bunch of acolytes. And the DK in the end. Oh, the last spear before the TP. Yeah, that is certainly game. GG. What a comeback by FoCuS. That was excellently done.
1-2-Z wow, I butchered this. 1-2-Z no chance. I was meant to say. Cool. Yeah, FoCuS brings it back. Lorelei certainly celebrating here. And Echo Owls work pretty much in favor of FoCuS's playstyle.
Yeah. His map pick with his most practiced, strongest strat right now, I would say. The Mass Headhunter's triple hero can also be strong late game, but FoCuS there, unfortunately, earlier made a few errors that ended up biting him in the butt. And now map 3 is going to be 1-2-0's map pick.
We don't have a game up in Flow TV just yet, so some time here. Closing in on 3K viewers on a Saturday afternoon. That's not bad. That's not bad for this $18,000 tournament. Group stage. This will, of course, continue tomorrow. We got the tiebreakers coming up, where Infi is already in, where Fly is already in, and the third place of today. Now, game is up, so in 3 minutes we get more gameplay on Northern Isles this time. And then after the tiebreakers, we're going into the playoffs. Oh boy, these playoffs are gonna be something, man.
Hell yeah. This is basically the best Warcraft competition in the world. Fortitude, with his sponsors here in the Don't Force Me Cup, has put together a great tournament, of which we're going to begin our top 8 playoffs next week on Monday. I hope you guys are going to be watching as well. If you have the time, if somehow you can manage, you will want to tune in. Today we end, of course, the group stage with Group C. Tomorrow, bit of an extension, I guess, of the group stage with the tiebreakers then to figure out who's going to be our top 8.
I say you go for the wrong narrative, Mr. Remo Demo. I think you go for a wrong narrative if you have the time. Make some time. Get in that, yellow piece of paper. Call in sick. Watch on the second screen or make the second screen your first screen. Work can wait. Warcraft. When do you ever have an $18,000 tournament in Warcraft 3? Rarely. So make that your priority.
Would be the right priority to go for. That's for sure. By the way, tomorrow, do we only have 3 games tomorrow? For the tiebreakers?
That's a good point.
I think it's only 3 games, right?
It is round robin, 3 players.
Unless it's if we're perfectly tied in the end. Then.
Yep.
Second round.
There's a potential for a tiebreaker in the tiebreaker.
Yeah. And maybe even a third round. That would be funny. Isn't that what they had in in a TI qualifier? They had 4 overtimes or something?
We had this in some Warcraft tournaments as well, up until it got so late that the venue closed down and they had to decide via coin flip.
That must feel great as a competitor.
You're right. You play a
you work 12 hours and then let's flip a coin. In the tiebreakers tomorrow, of course, we're going to have Infi and Sok and the third place finisher of today's group to fight for 2 more spots. Yesterday, Colorful and Fly were eliminated. Today, the 4th player in this group also will be. Right now, it's looking bad for Lawlight, but there is still a chance for him. And 1-0 now on the trigger. If the trend continues that we've seen lately against Happy, then 1-0 will be the underdog in that match as well. So this is also a very important game, of course.
All right, we are 15 seconds away from joining the game. Dondolara is critiquing your outfit, Mr. Remo Demo. He says, we need more gray layering from Remo. A gray beanie needs to be added at the minimum.
No, I don't like beanies. Also, I don't wear beanies inside. I am not a hipster and I don't live in Berlin, okay? That's not my thing.
Also, you don't like Dondolara.
Well, everyone knows that. That's no surprise. No, that's just a joke, of course. Don't get me wrong, Chad. Dondo is great. Dondo is one of our longtime supporters and also was part of our setup, if you will, at the last Rara Land, where we did the trivia night together. That was pretty fun.
Okay, let's see if this game is also so much fun for us. Decider between FoCuS and 1-0. FoCuS, not the greatest play on map 1, then extraordinary Farseer Shadowhunter Wyvern play on Echo. Now it's all coming down to this one. FoCuS has defeated Lawlight already with a 2-1. He would be in the playoffs, probably alongside Happy. 1-0 under pressure already because his upcoming opponents are no joke. 1-0 against Happy and 1-0 versus Lawlight the rest of the day. So winning here would put him in a great spot. Losing here makes everything quite stressful.
And we see, once again, the Farseer here being the preferred choice. And 1-0 going back to his, almost seems like the favorite opening, Head Fiends. Which could be harassed early once again. And now it's going to be interesting. FoCuS earlier scouted this, and of course he will scout once again with the Farseer aggression and wolves and stuff. Will he again try Headhunters? Or does he not feel confident enough in them right now?
Ooh. I mean, there's a War Mill already, but you can kind of need that for Wyvern as well. I think if I were FoCuS, Wyvern still work against Fiends with the critical mass. So play into your strength, play into the Wyvern, I don't think you can fix your Headhunter micro from one map to another. Just play perfect, and you got the upper hand.
Yeah, I would also like to see him stick with what he's feeling better with right now. Interestingly, he's not scouting right away. He's creeping at the start with the FoCuS, trying to pick up 2 items quickly, which he will successfully do. This might give enough time for the DK to also get level 2. Although, since it's no ghouls accompanying him, it's taking a little while.
Mantle is, of course, pretty sweet. And this is quite some time to get the tech running. Very, very cheap in the early game. Wolf FoCuS, all you need. And a replenishment potion on top. Well, we like those drops.
Oh, can he kill the last 2 Murlocs with the wolves here? That would be enough for level 2 while the FoCuS runs across. That would be pretty sick. Oh, did he min-max this perfectly? FoCuS. We'll see. Now he's got the scout. Now he sees what's going on. Seeing this many skellies and no ghouls. He knows the build. Big last hit here. This will be level 2 DK.
Ui, DK is quite blocked by his own skeletons. Lots of hits coming in. Last hit. Got it! Still gets the level 2.
Yeah, thanks to the coil. FoCuS needs a little bit more for his own level 2. Oh, turns out 1 skelly would be enough, in fact. And this skelly expires XD. Not today.
XD.
XD
Acolyte is scouting the entire time, sees no double barracks. So it is Wyvern.
Forces are under attack.
Yes, sir. It will be. Quick Wyvern Shadow and a fast tier 3. Yeah, fast tier 3, exactly. Will be in the cards. Dude, the next skelly expires again. Preventing level 2 again. That must be a little annoying.
Okay, FoCuS is going for Wyvern. Double Beastery, tier 3 Shadow Hunter. Stick with what works. The Headhunter transition, that wasn't it, really. 1-0. What did that?
Skelly denied. Again. 3rd time he doesn't get the skeleton. It's starting to get pretty ridiculous.
Players' forces are under attack.
Come on. 1 skelly, buddy. 1 skelly. It's right there. Right there for the taking. Turns out sometimes killing a skelly is more difficult than it sounds.
Alright, needs a nerf. Put some damage onto Fiends. That would, of course, be a nice catch as well, but there's plenty of coils. There we go. Feels good, man.
Ta-da! Finally got it. And honestly, the DK's XP is very low here. So, no big threat from him yet. We see the slaughterhouse coming up in the back of the base. This one, this time, should not be cancelled.
And tier 3 is unfolding, man. Only now, 5 minutes 30 in, the first units of a FoCuS. Feels confident with the Chain Lightning, with plenty of HP. The replenishment potion still in inventory. But gotta be careful to not get this creep stolen. The Null Overseer, that's a big target. Needs to hex around it. Needs to hex around it.
Yeah, the Wyvern aren't here yet, so the damage is kind of low. But the Hex is still very, very good. Also against the Death Knight. Dropping low on HP, but this was a good delay by 1-0. And now the Lich is out. He can still keep contesting here in the middle. Oh, the Acolyte cancels the healing on the FoCuS. That was sick. Does he have another heal self? Oh, he doesn't have another heal self. Ah, that was the replenish. That's right. This is nice play by 1-0 right now.
So not only healing cancel, but also mana regen. And can you hex 2 heroes at the same time? Rather not. This takes forever. Chain Lightning, last hit. All right. And Flute for the Wyvern.
Yeah, nice Chain Lightning there. A little bit off perhaps with the Nova. But the Nova on the FoCuS forces the TP. But I think that's still pretty good for FoCuS. He got the XP and the item. And indeed, more damage. Even more damage on these Wyvern. By the way, Fiends into Gargoyles. What's that about? It's not even
Trying to come up with a silly solution, but yeah,
That's so
maybe it feels like there's too many wyvern already, but it was only 2. Like, it's odd.
Yeah, this is really weird. Really weird.
16 bucks at Taco Bell. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. What's up, my brothers in Christ?
My dog. Thank you for the sub. Maybe he's hoping that, okay, I showed him fiends, so that there's no way he's gonna get bats. So, my gogs are gonna be great.
But there's a bat.
There are bats.
Yeah. Doing of region now. Helpful during the creeping. And FoCuS sticks to the winning strategy with 2 heroes only. What's this Furb? That's the laziest Furberg I've ever seen. He's kind of stuck there. What? Dude, creeps in Warcraft are so weird, I swear.
Just going for a little stroll, you know? Stretch your legs.
He was standing there!
Stretch your legs, it's the weekend. Take in the scenery.
His brothers got annihilated there, and he's just standing there ignoring the scenery.
Sometimes you gotta prioritize self-care, yeah.
That's
Okay, level 3, Farseer achieved here. That's a big level up. Shadowhunter, though, not level 3 yet. Heal Wave and Heal Scrolls will be very important for these wyvern. A Fiend Gargoyle army, dude. This is still so confusing to me.
Yeah, with Alchemist on top as well. He's not rotating back into Fiends, is he? Statues now, they do share the same armor type, so that's kind of fine. But it feels like FoCuS has a great amount of map control, getting a Katka's Pipe, which is never bad, ever, for Shadowhunter. And orcs don't have a natural way of replenishing mana, so big up.
He doesn't have web yet. Without web, the fiends are completely useless in these fights. And with web, the Gargs can't attack the web targets, really. This is so strange. Bats. Did they...
Speed
Yeah,
scroll?
there we go. Kabloom! That's a double.
Ooh. Alchemist also in a world of trouble. Shadowhunter a bit far forward. Careful, FoCuS, no TP. Trying to hack, trying to get out. Alchemist is down. Shadowhunter! Oh god! Lich level 3 getting coiled 6 sequence by 1-0.
He was so close to having the heal wave there, but didn't quite get it in time. DK now running after the Lich, trying to get the coil in that he's going to need. Or are those helping him also get away? Shadow back from the tavern. Can heal right away. Big Nova on the wyvern. But not much in terms of follow-up. Do we have web finally? No, we don't. Fiends are still useless.
He's just rotating out of them, I guess. So why web if you only have 2 fiends and they will fall eventually? Shadowhunter back, but yeah, that was a big loss. Lich got level 3, good inventory. Alchemist is back in no time. Very greedy by FoCuS to go into that part of the map without any consumables.
Got the level 4 Farseer here. That's a good level up. Chain Lightning also helps. FoCuS is trying to expand. Just when 1-0 backed away. I wonder if he's going to follow up Scout. He saw the peons there before. Ooh, if he doesn't see this, this could again decide the game. Oh, but the Wand of Illusion.
Oh.
That is a good item to have right now.
So sweet. Okay, there's plenty of other spots to expand though. And of course, illusions don't do damage from the staff. FoCuS has his eyes on the second red spot. The first one helped him tremendously. Very few bad red spot items so far today. So this movement speed is pretty good.
Yeah. I think only Cloak of Flames would be like really terrible.
Mm-hmm. Still gold though.
Pulse plus 12, not bad. Damage is damage.
Expo cancelled. Didn't cancel the tower. That's a bit of wasted resources. 1,200 gold on FoCuS. I could see a tiny coming up.
Yeah, seems like it could be in the cards. Question is, what would be the right time for it? Ideally, you would love to have like an upkeep army already to protect it when it's ready. Lumber is also looking good for FoCuS. That's nice. You can go for some towers if needed. Tiny also costs a bunch of lumber.
Yeah,
Upgrades
you know
are
why?
really low.
Because he didn't go for any upgrades just yet.
Yeah. True. They're getting closer to big level ups though. Lich level 3 is already good. DK4 around the corner. Alchemist is lacking behind though, with that hero loss earlier. Good mana on focus with the clarities and the aura. Heroes are looking mighty. Oh, the Lich. I'm only seeing the Lich now. That's some pretty good items there. Good, sir.
Yep. Also frost armor to protect them. 1-0 with an Acolyte now. Ah, okay, for shades, I see.
Focus
Coming a
has,
bit fashionable, these shades, eh?
yeah. And Focus has 0 bats right now. Doesn't feel super confident to take a fight at this point.
Close. They're
He
in
has
production.
More bats in production, exactly. And now Burrow and Tower here, but no expansion yet.
Got a feeling for 1-0 getting ready for the fight. Naked Alchemist, more or less, but the Ring of Protection super good for him.
Player's forces are under attack.
But Expo strong. It's not a tiny.
Yeah, normal Expo.
And 1-0 is expanding as well.
Yeah, if both here end up with an expansion, we see the Undead normally as favored. Big air army. Focus needs more bats, doesn't he?
Feels like it. 2 armor upgrades already, not the third one. Bats can be nuked, of course. With the tower, that might help. No room for retreat. Acid Bomb is up. Hero a bit far forward. Get things straight. Bats coming in. Big. Only eyes for the heroes. Focus maybe with the same mistake he did against Happy.
Look at those fiends. They're doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. But the air units are looking pretty good for the Undead still, with the nukes flying as well. He's getting more kills against the Wyvern. Heal scrolls, heal waves, both coming in. Bad Rider trying to connect, but that destroyer does not fall. Supply is very even, and that is good news. Very good news for 1-0.
There's towers still, so this expo won't be cracked. Lots of consumables down on both sides. 48
the Destros!
here.
They're also hurt.
Oh, that's 15 food up for grabs, but also counter pressure on the Wyvern.
Focus may have to keep pushing here to get these destroyer kills.
Yeah.
He's got some mana still. He's got lots of mana. Especially on the Farseer.
You lost the hero before when he had no consumables. Maybe he doesn't want to do the same mistake twice. 1-0. Getting away from this fight with 1.5 black eyes. What a tense moment, man.
Focus is chasing. Destroyer still pretty hurt. Oh, nice split. Damn, Delta split against the Acid Bomb.
Yeah, that was missing against Happy. Focus certainly improved on that. Take value away of that Acid Bomb.
Focus now knows about the expansion. Alright. Alright.
Changes the pace quite a bit, eh? You can't just relax and lay back and let the expo work in your favor.
A player's forces are under attack.
Dude, there's still no upgrades for Focus Wyvern.
Yeah. Seems like this
Would
would
be
be,
such a
especially now on
nice-
2 base income, would be such a good
Especially
investment.
with the flute, like, why not? If you increase the base damage, that also increases the flute extra damage.
Focus perhaps now feeling that it's mostly about having just the mass on the field. Enough bats, enough wyvern, and also enough heal scrolls. 1-0 takes one away. That's big.
Shop control, baby. B2W shop in the chat. But Crumbs, thank you very much for the gifted sub.
Okay, Focus, what's he waiting for? You know, this is also interesting. This is not territory we're used to too much in this matchup, with both on 2 bases. Oftentimes the question is, who's going to be favored more in a maxed out army? 80 versus 80, lots of upgrades, who's better? And I don't know what the answer is. If there's super high supply, Bad Rider AoE could be big, but then again there's also armor upgrades. I don't know.
Usually I'd favor the Orc because of the Tri-Hero, but this time we don't have a TC. FoCuS is throwing in more diversity. The Kodo sick damage boost. The Wyvern are +7 on 0-0. That's
Player's
nuts.
forces are under attack.
Also Raiders for Ensnare. And that could be the X factor.
Yeah. Couple of raiders with a bunch of ensnares. Especially easy to kill statues and heroes or destroyers. Whatever basically ensnares could easily die thanks to the Wyvern DPS.
Storm tower taken out swiftly. Kodo can't eat anything, of course. It takes some values away from that unit. No split this time. Raider has arrived. Ensnare is ready. Kodo being... No! My heal wave doesn't connect!
Wonder if you just go in. Kolnova was on cooldown. Could have charged in with everything. But of course also the Undead Army is very fast here. All these flying units and the aura. Seems like 1-0 is looking better and better. With also
like
heroes scaling on his side.
If 1-0 gets 0-3, he wins this game.
He's got the lumber for it. Not the greatest acid bomb really, trying to go for the Alchemist, but there is an invuln on him. He's gonna use it. Oh, FoCuS running back, running forth. FoCuS, what are you doing? Some bats didn't connect. And I think this is where 1-0 just cleans up the rest now.
I would agree. Supply is still pretty even, but the FoCuS fire is coming in. Destroyer is kind of strong. Aiming for the Alchemist once again. Invul is over. Hex! That's a kill. Okay, maybe a way out. Level 5 on the FoCuS. Didn't decide yet if Wolves or Chain Lightning. DK also kind of low. Has an Invul potion if he can hex before. Maybe there's a chance. The Wyvern though. One after the next. No focus on these statues. Ensnare! Coil, ready. Now on cooldown. Invul is over. Hex on the DK. FoCuS! You need something. Hex. Where's your Chain Lightning? Chain Lightning! Chain Lightning! Do it!
Oh, got him!
Chain Lightning! There we go!
Hold up. Hold up. The Lich! Stranded by himself! Has a TP! Has a TP! Has a TP!
Alchemist back! Chain Lightning is ready! Go, 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 go! Use
TP.
your spells, dude!
Player's forces are under
Dude,
attack.
he's sticking around. The DK's back! Chain Lightning as well! Dude, what is this? So many hero kills, but FoCuS lost so many units as well. DK now healing, chasing after him.
No way. Is this a dieback? There's nothing to save him at the moment. TP transferred. That's the way out. Needs another hex. Isn't ready.
Oh, waiting for the ensnare, going for the DK, trying to force the TP at least. Needs to Chain Lightning. When is it
How
right?
does this FoCuS have so much mana? 400!
Oh my god, so many hero kills. Almost seemed like there was a way. Needs to heal quickly. So many destroyers, so many statues.
It's Chain Lightning level 3!
Yeah, it seems like he should just be blasting it. Just throw it in, baby.
Yeah! It's 1,000 damage!
TK. Dropping a bit low. This Ring of Region, by the way, also pretty nice. If there's a Hex, dude. Ooh, yeah,
There's one.
Gotta be careful. Okay. FoCuS still alive, but man, he lost a lot.
Man, yeah. I feel like from here on out, this must be 1-0's game. Going back into Gargs, still has the destroyers up, statues on the ground. Alchemist will be back in no time. Expo still running for him. FoCuS down in gold, has to restore the entire army, so no consumables for him.
Ooh, Chain Lightning. There we see the damage. Acolyte's gonna be going down quick. Oh, this is a good economical hit. This should be all Acolytes falling.
Yes, no speed scroll though, gotta be careful.
Ooh, Lich level 5. That is also scary. DK also about to be 5. Man, these undead heroes, I mean... They should just be pretty much unbeatable now. 5-5-3 about to be.
As I said, man, Orc Hero Arena is pretty good. But the biggest asset is TC and Blade Master, and neither of them is on the field.
Very hard here to choose the right targets. Ooh, FoCuS! Oh my god! Insane nuke damage.
Okay, here we go again. Onto the Alchemist we go. It can't be coiled, of course. Solid first target. Dies. But what about the rest? Even food. The heal is not enough. Raiders were a solid transition, but not the X Factor that could be. And Destroyers clean up the Wyvern.
Yeah, only Destroyers now left. They could even be better upgraded. 1-0 here was definitely neglecting the upgrades a bit. And the coil. So much damage now.
It turns out if you use your spells, you get some kills.
FoCuS is basically full mana this whole game.
Jesus Christ, dude, I'm losing my mind here. Such an opportunity for FoCuS.
He's trying to take out the statues, but man, it's costing so many units. DK getting closer to level 6, not the best level up for him, but still, experience being gathered. Next Wyvern goes down. FoCuS level 6 would be a decent upgrade as well for the Wolves. But there is still a long way to go.
At least you got a heal scroll. So, what can you do now? Chain Lightning against the workers, all right. Exposes the Shadow Hunter. He has little mana on the SH. That's a problem. There are certainly plays with that FoCuS Chain Lightning against economy. Gotta protect the heroes, though.
He's going Mass Raiders now. No longer trying to win the fight, he's trying to win the game by killing buildings, maybe. Or just lock down heroes. But his damage is so low, dude.
Yeah.
Ooh, that Nova. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the right call, my dude.
It's a 3-for-1 trade between Raiders and the statue.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't get over it. Cheeky second expo. Main bases are mined out. At least for FoCuS.
Yeah, seems like 1-0 now is just too big to fail. 2 heroes for him, close to level 6. Destroyers, untouchable now. The nuke is insane. And of course the second base here is what's keeping 1-0 in the game this whole time. This could have been a 2-0, remember. The first map could have been FoCuS's, should have been FoCuS's. In the second map, of course, he played amazing. Here on map 3, 1-0 is showing up. He's trying again with a new Tiny, but 1-0 saw it right away, the shade here, giving the perfect vision.
5 destroyers against 2 heroes and 4 raiders. Yeah, that's an abysmal situation for FoCuS. Trying to buy some time, trying to run around. Of course, you don't want to give this up, knowing how close this group is. This series could have been FoCuS's playoffs.
Yep. We'll see if this ends up being a nightmare for him or not. Of course, if 1-0 beats Lawlight, he's certainly also going to make 3rd place. We're going to have to crunch the numbers after this series.
Very much looking forward to that. You know, this Tiny, it's kind of working.
Yeah. The Raiders have big base kill threat, so 1-0 has to respect it. 1-0 ideally would love to threaten the Orc expansion and keep his own safe. Oh my god, every Nova that flies in though. Oh my god, the damage.
Well, Nova pretty good, eh? Trying to get rid of the statues to reduce the mana, but doesn't really matter. Taking out the statues is quite nice, but if they have no mana, there's not that much value. Again, a 3-for-1 trade. That's double level 6.
It's an 8-second slow and an 8-second cooldown, by the way. Fun fact.
Oi, ghouls in the peon line. Why is he doing this to himself?
Maybe there's a way still. Oh, the Farseer is this time the recipient of the Coil Nova. It also hurts him a lot. And I guess there's no healing against it. He gets level 6. Just in time. A Heat Wave trying to be the savior. Lich is out of... No, it's not out of mana. He's got 1 Nova still. Invis Wolves, but there's a million destroyers ready to dispel.
Raiders are also taken out by towers. Not ideal. Maybe ghouls are the better raiders. Oh, look at the corpses. That's also 3 ghouls, though. So FoCuS is mining again on 2 bases. But it's just endless suffering.
No ult skilled by the Lich, by the way.
Forces are under attack.
Not by the DK either.
FoCuS hanging on to be alive. But his Farseer is getting nuked into oblivion. Nothing to hold on to anymore. I mean, he wouldn't use his spells anyway, so maybe it's not the biggest loss, but that's game. Oh my god. FoCuS, I'm sorry, I love you, but you deserve to lose the series.
Yeah. Couple of big mistakes certainly in here. Could have used way more Chain Lightning. Some of the engagements could have also been better on Northern Isles, but I think he played it mainly really well. I think he controlled his army mainly well. The Farseer, though, could have certainly done more. But Turtle Rock, I think, is where he really gave it away. Turtle Rock, he had such a lead and really messed up these Headhunter fights. Maybe he needs to practice a bit more again with Headhunters on the ladder, get more of a feel for it again, and then he might be even a bigger threat in this matchup.